Kyle Bradshaw from Cruiser Customizing.
Gregory Beck with Tucker Distributing.
On this week's Wednesday with Greg, we have a unique opportunity. This here is Greg's 1950 Triumph Thunderbird motorcycle. He's owned it for about 25 years and he spent the last 18 years restoring this motorcycle.
Yeah, in all honesty though, my buddy Brian did most of the work. I chased most of the parts and twisted a couple wrenches, but we spent many nights working on trying to get it back to the original condition it was in.
So what makes this bike so spectacular, Greg?
Back in the day, this bike was the bike to have. This bike set the motorcycling world on its ear. You could road race this thing, hill climb it, cross country, drag race, you could do everything. And these guys dominated AMA competition till the 70s.
On today's Wednesday with Greg episode, we want to talk a little bit about what you do to, number one, preserve your motorcycle, and number two, as it starts to deteriorate or go downhill over time, how do you maintain it or get it back up to snuff?
Yeah, you know, it's really important. Depending on where you live, you almost have to polish your bike every day. I lived on Guam back in the 60s, and literally I had to polish all the chrome, wheels, handlebars, everything, almost every day, otherwise it would pit. And a lot of work, but if you want to keep your bike looking good, that's kind of like what you have to do.
Some of the chrome polishes and cleaners that we have today are remarkable. You can remove rust pits and things like that pretty easily, but the key is not just removing, it's protecting.
Inside, this gas tank looks almost like the day it was made because 20 years ago when I quit riding this for a while, I sprayed the inside of this gas tank with a preservative designed for that reason. So when I took the gas tank to get painted, the guy goes, "Man, this thing looks like brand new inside." Well, that's because it is.
During this project, Greg, while you were restoring this motorcycle, what are some of the key things you had to take a look at or keep on the forefront of your mind?
You know, when you're working on your bike, pay attention to where everything's going, take those pictures. When you put it back together, it's going to be a lot easier. When you're looking over your motorcycle, trying to appraise it for what kind of condition it's in, take a look at the rubber components, the pegs, the shifter rubbers, the grips, all those things that deteriorate easy. So you want to take care of those. Think you're going to need new ones? Buy them quickly because they will become more scarce.
So there's lots of pieces on this motorcycle that are not available any longer.
Yeah.
How did you restore those or get those back to premium condition?
Good question, Kyle. Air cleaner on this bike, you guys can't see it, but it's over here. Well, air cleaner is a wear item. So maybe back in the 60s you could have found one, but not anymore. So what I did was I got two pieces of stainless steel that's got a lot of holes in it, put a piece of Filtron sock in between. So now it breathes through that and I can clean it and make a new one if I have to. The little rubber on the carburetor that goes from the carburetor to the airbox, pretty much unavailable. I searched for years for those and I finally found 3 of them. I bought all 3 of them. Sometimes preserving things, if you think ahead that you are not going to complete this in a timely fashion, when you want to preserve things, leave a coat of wax on them. If they're chrome, don't polish them up, leave a coat of wax on there.
There you go. So let's take a quick walk around of this beautiful machine so you can get an up-close look at the hard work and dedication that Greg has put into this fine machine.
You notice on the front you see this fin thing. This is a license plate for the UK. And then this is called the headlight nacelle. This bodywork is really hard to get because everybody took them off because they wanted to race. Fortunately mine had it on there. This is the original component. This is called a Parcel Rack. Most Triumphs between 50 and 68 came standard with these Parcel Racks. Dry sump motor, so here's the oil tank. The gearbox is independent, so they call these pre-unit, which means before they were unit construction, which changed in 63. This is actually a toolbox. It has a little Zeus fastener here. You open it up, put your tools in there. And the rear suspension on this, as you can see, this is a rigid frame. The rear suspension is inside the hub. It's called a sprung hub. You get about 1.5 inches travel in there.